It's been a while. We left Villarreal and went to Braga. Braga was our last stop in Portugal, or northernmost stop in Portugal. It was okay. I don't have a lot to say about Braga. There were some historical sites, some churches and stuff that we went to. The weather was overcast, and we were only there for about 3 days. I made some shrimp Alfredo, and I had fun doing that too. We left Braga and went north to Santiago de Compostela in Spain. I like it there a lot. Santiago de Compostela is a very lively city. It's quite noisy, which actually wasn't too good for nighttime when we were trying to go to sleep. Our accommodations, like all the ones before them, did not have air conditioning, so we were kind of faced with a predicament of opening the window and letting all the noise in, or closing the window and having it be even more unreasonably hot for sleeping. Aside from the fact that I'm much more comfortable with the language spoken in Spain, I really like the social activity that goes on there. You see more young people there than you do in Portugal they're out doing things, hanging out, and you see a lot of people having fun there. It's also the case that Santiago de Compostela is important for religious reasons. There is a famous path of pilgrimage. It's a famous destination of a certain Christian pilgrimage called the El Camino de Santiago. And so Saint James, it's believed that his remains were found in Santiago de Compostela, and so he's kind of the patron saint, and a lot of people make pilgrimages from, there's different starting points. There's a number of starting points, I think 10 major ones and a couple of minor ones, something in that range. They can go quite far though. These are pilgrimages they can be in the scale of months. People just walking, trekking, and it all ends at this plaza and church that are believed to contain the remains of St. James, if I recall correctly. And that's why you see a lot of people there with trekking poles and bags that are much bigger than ours, which is a mystery to me how they're able to support that weight on their back for so long, when I feel like I kind of struggle with my measly 28 liter. There was a park very close to where we were staying, which was very nice to see. There was a restaurant called Los Montaditos next to where we were, and this place is really nice. They have these sandwiches called Montaditos, Monties, or Mounties, depending, I guess you pronounce it Mounties, because you mount toppings on them. And they're really small, but they're also quite cheap, so it's fun to go in there and order a variety of 3 or 4 of these different small sandwiches, and you know, decide which ones are your favorite and such. Oh yes, good point. Our checkout time was a bit early for when our next train was scheduled, so we had to wait outside, and it was raining, so we waited under a gazebo for a little bit before making our way to the train station. We took a train to where we are now, which is, where are we? Ourense. We're in Ourense. Ourense is a city that is southeast of Santiago, which we were just at. We haven't done a lot in Ourense either, unfortunately. We did go to the local supermarket, the commercial center, and found a grocery store that I think is maybe the biggest one we've been to yet. I baked a cake to celebrate John's birthday. First time I ever baked a cake in my life, so that was cool. We are obviously down by the river, a river. It's very close to where we are. Our location is actually really good because it's right across the street from the supermarket, so we've had good access to food. Except on Sunday when they were closed for John's birthday. The kitchen is stacked here. The kitchen is fully stocked with almost every single thing I could want to have to cook with, which I like a lot because it's the culinary adventures. So our last full day in Ourense is today. Tomorrow we are waking up, going back to the train station, and taking a train to a village called Osperas. This will actually be a transition for our journeys because in Osperas we will not be doing what we've been doing. We will not be staying somewhere and being left to our own devices. We are actually beginning our workaway program. We are staying with somebody, a host, and we will be helping out with some gardening, eco-project stuff, and some other things too that I'm not totally sure about just yet. So the next update video will certainly be about that. What?